Okay. Right, from Essex, right, London. I'm Ronnie from London town. London town. Ronnie. Yeah, I'm Ronnie. I was more like where the white was going, you know. All right. All right, I'm Ronnie. Okay, so this is my Ronnie O'Sullivan impression. Hi kids, it's me, Ronnie. Which Ronnie? There's only one Ronnie, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And today we are gonna pot the whites? No, we don't pot no whites around here. We only pot colours. Let's do this. So you're gonna follow me all around the table and we're gonna pot all the colours of the rainbow. Yes we are. Because who am I? I'm Rocket Ronnie. Let's play some snooker.
Working for the UK's lowest rated lookalike agency, Johnny Snookerman Barnard takes centre stage, navigating the agency's eccentricities before delving into the world of competitive miniature snooker. This is his story.
Then when it comes to the adults one, I would be a bit more like less, hi kids, and I would be a bit more like hanging out, talking to them, oh, let's have a beer, let's kick back, let's talk about the old greats. I'll sort of say about my time, you know, my friendship with Jimmy, old Jimmy White. And yeah, normally we've had a few crazy times, you know. So, but nonetheless, right, back onto what else I would. Yep.
Johnny, can you shut the fuck up? You picked me off my shit.
Let me introduce you to a man. You've probably heard his name. World champion, the very best. His opponent should be scared. The ladies want him, the gentlemen want to be him. He's a snooker man, the game has begun. One winner and he will be here. He's a snooker man and nobody can destroy the empire he's built. The snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man. Great player and a great lover. There is nothing he does wrong. He does it all like no other. He's taking over the world. The ladies want him, the gentlemen want to be him. He's a snooker man, the game has begun. One winner and he will be here. He's a snooker man and nobody can destroy the empire he's built. The snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man. You won't see his next move coming. In a second, only a black ball left, and all of his lovers keep coming back 'cause his name they can't forget. He's a snooker man, the game has begun. One winner and he will be here. He's a snooker man and nobody can destroy the empire he's built. The snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man.
Yeah, I mean, some nights, yeah, fucking hell. I mean, I finish work and I just want to. The thing I want to do is just kick back, and it's like, oh yeah, got to go down there, that cold shower room. I got into acting 10 years ago, done a drama degree, and yeah, it's like 2 years intensive, and that was going well, and picked up lots of different bits and pieces, like some touring theatre around Italy, and yeah, a couple of theatre shows, like half a dozen in like small venues around London. And it was actually at one of them that I met Barry. He just came along to one and we got talking. Barry Keane, who runs the Prestige Lookalikes, and we actually hit it off.
Barry Keane initially refused to take part in this documentary as he objects to Prestige Lookalikes being featured as the UK's worst lookalike agency. He sent a lookalike of himself to take part instead.
I'm the lead actor, director, and writer of the best British horror films since Hammer, and founder of Prestige Lookalikes. Barry Keane, obviously.
We got talking about films, we're both very passionate about movies, and then he also was telling me that he has all these ideas, and a few of them were for horror films. So naturally I thought, great, let's collaborate, let's get some films made. And yeah, we did. We've made a few films now.
The Girl with the Two Masks was my directional debut. I like to think of it as my love letter to the giallo films of Dario Argento, but better, if I do say so myself.
Have you nothing to say for yourself? Stop being a victim and see a therapist!
Okay, good night.
Well, I wake up with glass taped to my mouth, so if I move my mouth or do anything, basically, it will cut my mouth up. Nice. But then also, I get attacked, so it's like a needle in my arm, and I'm forced to spray a picture, like a portrait, from my own blood. I was about to show it to my mum, and she said, "Johnny, it's Christmas Day. Let's maybe do it Boxing Day. It's a horror." I said, "All right then." And then, yeah, it was awkward. I was watching it with her and my dad, and they were just like, "What the hell is this?"
I think for me, why my dad does these films, it's because he's a bit of a cheapskate, and blood's pretty cheap, isn't it? You can use bucket loads of it. It looks really good on film, and it's just cheap to make, but it always sells. I mean, when I was little, when I was about 4 or 5, we'd always watch like Hammer House of Horrors. Can you imagine being a kid in that household and you sort of go to bed watching like mutilations, death, blood and gore, screaming out in the middle of your night, and your dad saying, "Don't worry about that. It's about the haunting you've got to worry about," which I think that's exactly where we got Two Masks from. He sort of watches all this stuff and he sort of rips it off.
To Kill a Princess stars my lovely daughter, Margaret, and my current employee, Johnny, in a fantasy steampunk world. Maggie is the princess. She has to be killed. Johnny has to kill her. But they fall in love. A retro-futuristic Shakespearean tragedy, if you wish. What is this bollocks? Watch out for my cameo as a steam-powered Terminator.
Do you know, in To Kill a Princess, I quite like that because I come across as this real sort of kick-ass, strong woman. I don't know if it's like ultimate feminist. Who was that? You may be a little whore, a little tall whore that my father happened to sleep with. My sister would never be assigned a whore.
Essentially, my character is out to kill the princess. It was a terrible shame you slipped away at such an early hour. At your father's gala, you have quite an effect on me.
And I was working with Johnny Bonner, and it's like this little love affair, and we'd meet up at the palace, and we had some scenes that was like sort of a mass ball. It was quite sexy, but yeah, and then he got killed.
You're about to die. Do you have any last requests?
Yeah. I'm thirsty.
Oh, sure, you're very thirsty. Maybe you would like that brandy after all. Rose! Rose!
Every film we do, he just ends up dead, some really gruesome, horrible death. You just know he's never going to be in the sequel.
It's Christmas Day, and I'm actually with Maggie, like our characters are together. He's playing my dad.
And this whole scene just goes all a bit tits up.
Small bit for me, thanks.
Oh, come on, love, have a big bit. It's Christmas.
It's already awkward, and yeah, like Maggie's character saying like, "Oh, why didn't you tell your dad about me?" But I'm just kind of there's a reason why.
We can tell her, John.
Sit. Don't look at me like that.
Tell me what?
He's trying to contain it. He's trying to, like, you know, not trying to hold it down, and but he can't.
Let's do a countdown. Ready? 3, 2.
Shit.
What's happening?
I'm sorry, babe. Yeah, he turns into his into Chihuahua man, which is like half Chihuahua, half werewolf. Didn't we tell you not to stop taking your medication? Stay. Listen. Stay. Stay. Dad. Look, Dad, get the fuck off me. Sis. Dad.
And I just don't tell me mates about this film, because who wants to say, my dad did this film where we got to dry hump, you know, me guy, well, me, you know, Johnny. Like, you know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? 'Cause, I mean,
Get off me. Really?
so she gets all this burnt chicken that's been all messed up anyway, and sort of entice, like, throw this chicken down, this burnt chicken, and suddenly my dad goes off and he's eating this burnt chicken. I don't even know what these films are about. But... I think my dad thinks he's a bit like sort of Tim Burton, where he's got his sort of his Johnny Depp and his, you know, his Helena Bonham Carter, which is obviously me, and obviously Johnny's Johnny Depp. But honestly, it's just because he's cheap, if I'm honest. He just don't want to pay anyone. I mean, poor Johnny gets paid nothing really. He just does them for free on this promise that he's going to be this massive horror actor. But I'm not sure it's going to happen, because he just dies in them, doesn't he? He's a bit ridiculed, poor guy. And I mean, me, I don't know how many more I'm going to do, to be honest.
I mean, I'm all for a bit of fun, you know, getting a bit creative and all that. You know, getting out of my comfort zone. But like, you know, a couple of the ideas he's thrown at me, I've actually had to say no because they're just too bizarre.
I started the Prestige Lookalikes agency in 2018, hiring the very best lookalikes the UK has to offer.
The name's Bond. James. Bond. James Bond. So, no, I'm only joking. My name's actually Pete. Yeah, I'm a professional James Bond impersonator, Daniel Craig impersonator. Yeah, so I'm here today putting the final touches to my one-man show that I've been developing over the last couple of years. It's called 10 Hours to Die. It's 10 hours long because, you know, we're in the binge age. You know, people love binging, and that's what we're bringing that to the stage rather than like home TV, you know. So it's me, Ommy Todd, reenacting every scene, every action, every song from every one of Daniel Craig's 5 Bond films. Yeah, it's never been done before, as far as we know, and that'll probably never be done again. It's hard, but once you get into it and you're channeling that Daniel Craig energy, it's like otherworldly, and you feel like he's watching over you and guiding you through it. So yeah, it's not too bad. I'm fit. I go to the gym, work out as well, like he did. 8 days a week, he said. I'm 9 days a week. Taking good care of your body. No, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. You are a funny man, Mr. Bond. Yes, yes, yes. You know, I've studied him. I know he's worked so hard on them films. And like, he broke his leg making one of them. He's had so many injuries because he did all his own stunts. And I think the least I can do is push through for 10 hours. In the context of the time he put into all them films, 10 hours is nothing. Sky fall, let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we can stand tall. Yeah, I think it's going to be all right. And we've got breaks, you know, after each film we have 4 intervals, because people are going to need them to refresh, go toilet, that kind of thing. I'll need to go toilet. Can't go 10 hours without going toilet. Q, are you there? What? Are they safe, Q? Yes, they're safe. Bond, have you left the island? There's a slight problem with the blast doors. No, Bond. The missiles have already launched. Just get out of there. Well, that's not going to work. Oh, God. It's all right. Can you put Madeline on, please? We just need more time. You have all the time in the world. I love you. I love you too. She does have your eyes. I know. You just got to look at the other Bonds, people who played Bonds before, and they're still very present in our minds. And I think Daniel Craig is going to be present in our minds for years and decades to come. So I think, and he's still working, you know, and I think the more work he does, the more films, more doors will open for me as an impersonator.
Do you know, my poor dad, I remember him once, he'd been on this date with this woman and she dumped him because she said he looked like Toby Jones. He took it really to heart, and then he kind of went, screw her, I'm actually going to make money off this. I'm going to actually start my own lookalike agency, be Toby Jones, and then see what she thinks then.
There's more money in it than acting. No matter how many roles were being offered to me, none.
Oh, Barry. Don't talk to me about Barry. Yeah, I worked for Barry for about 18 months, during which time he got me no work. He seemed a lot more interested in pimping himself out as a Toby Jones impersonator. But there ain't much of a market for Toby Jones lookalikes when you can have Daniel Craig. So, yeah, I ended up getting my own work in the end. So it's been all right, to be honest, but no thanks to Barry.
I've had different people come and go, but we've optimised it to just me and Johnny at the moment. How's that?
Yeah, over the years I've had a few people say to me, you know what, have you seen Evil Dead? I'm like, yeah. I know what you're going to say. Yeah, I look like Bruce Campbell. I've got a kind of Bruce Campbell look to me, and I kind of like that. You know, if anyone, Bruce Campbell, yeah, he's. I mean, Evil Dead character Ash. It's wicked, great, really cool character. So, yeah, we go to game conventions and comic conventions and movie conventions. There's lots going on, you know, in London, and yeah, there was a bit of noise with that. That was quite fun, actually. Okay, so looking like Ronnie O'Sullivan, personally, I definitely don't think I'm the spitting image by any means. And, you know, his physique's not the same, really, you know. Nonetheless, there is definitely, I could see a bit of me in him and vice versa.
You can visit the Prestige website to hire Johnny for parties, corporate events, hen do's and grand openings. Anything you want. He's the UK's 17th rated Ronnie O'Sullivan lookalike, but we've had to refer to him as Snooker Man for legal reasons. They sent a letter. He's only the 17th best, but to my knowledge, I'm the #1 Toby Jones lookalike in the world, and fucking only. I can't do this anymore. This is utter bollocks. He's my landlord. I owe him rent. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. I worked for him for a week and I regretted that. Look, what do you want to know about him? I'll tell you anything.
Things do come in for Ronnie, and I'm out there doing the work. I'm doing some random, some of the things. It's unbelievable. Some of the things that I end up having to do, and he rakes in the payday. Like I get a cut, but really for what I'm doing, I should get a lot more.
I'm a professional at what I do, and he just didn't get me any work. He promised me the earth, and he just didn't deliver.
There's like pub nights. That's quite a big one. Yeah, they normally love to have, like, even if it's a darts competition, they like to have sort of welcome on. Hey, and here's Ronnie O'Sullivan, you know, to do some trick shots, and people do double take sometimes for that. So yeah, I was booked out by this woman who was it was a hen party. I thought, oh, interesting, and so I rock up to do some trick shots. I've got my cue and everything, and I go to rack up the table, and they're already kind of half gone. They're all like really merry, and they're like, well, come on then, you know, you still got your bow tie on. And I thought, well, yeah, I'm going to do some shots. And they're like, you know, and then one of them actually, she actually threw a Johnny at me, like it landed in my face like a condom in its packet. Barry knew about this. Barry knew that was one, a hen party, and also that they wanted me to strip. But I didn't know that. Yeah, he didn't tell me, and he's done a few things like that, but that was the worst, and I was not happy at all. No, I stormed out of that place. I said, well, I've got to go. There's no way I'm, you know, fuming. And I just gave him a text and said, oh, where are you at, Baz? And he said, oh, I'm in the pub. I went into the pub, and as soon as I saw him, I didn't care. I just picked up the pint and I threw it in his face. I want to be an actor. I'm doing this for a bit of money. You know, we're supposed to have a partnership here. And, you know, that's just taking it way too far, you know. I can't do this forever, put it that way. You know, I've got a reputation. So, you know, when I hear about the agency being like regarded as the worst in the country, you know, that still backfires on me.
I mean, it's the lowest rated. If you look it up, it's right down there. So it's just a bit poor, isn't it? I've
had auditions where people say, "Oh, aren't you that Ronnie lookalike for that really bad agency?" And it's like, well, okay, yeah, I am. Yeah. And then they don't want to see me again, really, which is a shame.
Johnny's a nice lad. I wouldn't pay to see him as a Ronnie O'Sullivan lookalike. That would be a bit of a stretch. He has eyes for Barry's daughter, Maggie. Barry wouldn't like that.
I know this is a documentary and all. I don't know how much I can share, but yeah, I've got some feelings for her for sure. You know, yeah, it just is a bit of a tricky one because, you know, being Barry's daughter, you know, he does have a bit of a thing about that as well. So
me and Johnny, we had this really nice scenes together, and then suddenly it's like my dad got all like pissy-assed about it.
Actually, there's been a couple of times when we wanted to, like, we say to Barry, like, okay, should we do a kiss? Should we snog?
Suddenly it writes it in totally different, that I'm suddenly murdering him. It's almost like a subliminal message, like, this is going to happen to you, Johnny, touch my daughter and all that. I don't even like him, not that much anyway. I think it's because he likes me.
Yeah, Maggie's, she's a catch. She's really, like, yeah, she's stunning. Yeah, she's really stunning, so, yeah.
In any other universe, they'd be made for each other. Anyway, can I do the thing? As I mentioned before, I used to work for Barry. Normally I would not have a beard, but today I've got one. Baldy and Slaphead! What are the chances of that happening, eh? Hey, complimentary cookie. Get off! Oh, my old daddy, he died again. What are the chances of that happening? Sweeter than a hazelnut. The almond. Complimentary cookie. Complimentary cookie. Get off! Goal! And bowl. What are the chances of that happening? You get the idea of that anyway.
Okay, so I've actually got a gig coming up. It's quite soon. It's next week, actually, next weekend. And yeah, a big name in the world of miniature snooker, a guy called Wolfgang, and he's going to be playing. It's miniature snooker, and there's championships, and people take it quite, you know, seriously. They really do love it. And yeah, just with the half time, I'm going to be keeping the crowd entertained with my routine. So yeah, see how that goes.
Hello, I'm not Peter Ebdon, and I'm here in a bubble bath to explain the rules of snooker to you. Snooker is a cool cue sport, played on a rectangular table with pockets. The goal is to score points by potting balls in a specific order. At the beginning, there are 15 red balls set up in a triangle shape, and then the individually coloured balls have their spots on the table. Now players take turns using the cue stick to hit the white cue ball, trying to pot one of the red balls first, followed by a coloured one. Each ball they pot earns them some points. Red balls are worth just 1 point each, but the coloured ones are a bit fancier. Yellow is 2 points, green is 3, brown is 4, blue is 5, pink is 6, and the black one is worth the most at 7 points. The player pots a red, then a colour, then another red and another colour, and so forth. The coloured balls that get potted are placed back on the table until all the red ones are gone. The really cool part is that as long as they keep potting balls legally, players can keep their turn going, creating what's called a break. But beware, there are foul rules, and if someone messes up, the other player can earn penalty points. The game ends when all the balls are potted, and the player with the most points is declared the winner. Remember, there's more to snooker than just this basic stuff, like clever strategies, safety play, and other tricks that make it a real blast to play and watch. Snooker is traditionally played on a 12-foot by 6-foot table, but the World Championships of miniature snooker are conducted on a table just 36 inches in length.
Of mixed European heritage, Wolfgang grew up in East Berlin as the son of a highly ranking Stasi official. Secret documents revealed he was snuck into the houses of dissidents to subtly rearrange furniture so the victims thought they were going crazy. Be it an open window, a cat flap, or any nook and cranny, he would squeeze his way in. After the fall of the Berlin Wall, Wolfgang found a new outlet for his love of cramped spaces, the world of miniature snooker.
We're taking a halftime break during this qualification match between Wolfgang and Prince Pretty. Don't go anywhere. Here comes the halftime entertainment.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your Ronnie O'Sullivan lookalike. Any ball, any pocket.
Go for blue in the middle.
Blue in the middle. Great. I like to do a sort of line. For now, I'll just put these in my pockets. Okay, here we go. I really hope you're having a good time. Wolfgang, he'll be back here in a couple of minutes. Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is my final trick shot for tonight. Now, I don't know if you've seen me do this before, but this is my favourite. I made this a couple of years ago, very proud of this shot. This one's called Hell's Cross. No clapping, but that's alright. Thank you very much. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really hope to see you all again.
What are you doing here? What is it doing here with the documentary crew? They should be filming me. I am the greatest player. I will win this bloody whole tournament. Who's that pretty lady friend over there? Do you want to go with a real champion tonight?
Hey, get your hands off her.
Creepy bastard.
Get your hands off her. Okay.
Johnny, it's not worth it.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Hello. There's your shoe. Well done, son. All right. Come on, then. Get you out of here.
See you, mate.
All right, that's it.
Sorry about this, guys.
I've been words with you.
See you, Buzz.
Yo, you'll be seeing me, all right. Good job I was there, and that should, no, it's just not gonna, no, I don't like the fact that they were kind of, leaning. I don't like leaning in like that. No, they're getting a bit too close for my liking, a bit too bloody close. I'm gonna have words with her, and I'm gonna be having words with him. Yeah, and when I mean words, proper 1970s northern words, know what I mean?
He does it again. An easy qualification for Wolfgang. We'll be seeing him defend his title at the finals of the World Championships of Miniature Snooker.
Snookerman, you're a disgrace. Everything you do is a disgrace. It's a disgrace they're doing a documentary about your shitty liquor-like business. I am the one they should be focusing on. They should be following my story on the way to winning the world title of miniature snooker. If you're not such a pussy, I dare you to enter a qualification match to the finals. Let me know if I can fix it for you. If you dare. I hope to embarrass you in front of your little princess if we ever face each other because you're a pussy. Disgrace. Peace out and piss off.
Can we go around the table and can you tell me whom you're all having affairs with? Dobby is free. Free Dobby. Master gave Dobby a sock. You see, I reckon that
I'm a better Toby Jones than Toby Jones. You know, I mean, you just look at the quality of this work already. Hello, Toby. See, you can just drop into it like that. I've never been hired out as a Toby Jones lookalike, but then I've not put myself out there. Well, I named my daughter Maggie because of Maggie Thatcher, the Iron Lady. Inspiration. No one's ever happy with the boss they've got. All my past employees, saying I'm the worst boss. At least they had a boss. If it weren't for me, they'd be on dole, wouldn't they? Ratings. The lowest rated lookalike agency. Who's rating it? That's what I say. Who's rating it? It's just a matter of opinion. That's all. Right, one thing that's important when you're the boss of a high-powered lookalike place is you have to keep in shape. I do like to keep myself toned, you know, keep myself toned. So each morning, a little bit of exercise. Right, quick workout. And you see, the snooker guys don't have to go to all this trouble. Now the thing is, Johnny's going into the proper tournament now, so I'm going to get him into some training. He's got to get disciplined, you know, the way I am. I'm going to be encouraging all that. So, I've got to get myself in shape as well. Now, Johnny, as usual, has been complaining about not being able to fit his snooker cue into his flat. Well, what I say is, instead of complaining about it, do something about it. You know, work with the problem. Don't just come complaining to me. Can't deal with all your problems. Adapt to the situation. Just stop bloody moaning. Yeah, I'm going to be right there beside him, every step of the way. Yeah. He's got problems, and I'm going to sort them out with him. He needs to work on his game, and because of this gig that I've got him, there's going to be a lot more work coming his way. And I'm going to be right there making sure that he gets that work. And what we could end up doing is going right to top at lookalike business. All down to me. Yeah?
How's it going? All right?
Not so bad, lad. How are you doing, you said?
I'm beginning a lot better.
I can see that, actually. Yeah, you got your little webcam on the go there, haven't you?
Pretty good, huh? So yeah, you know, it's not really ideal. You know, like this has been good enough up until now, but I really do need some more space. You know.
Oh, well, could be. Have you seen where I'm living? You're in a bigger place than I am. Yeah. You know, you just make do. You know. You angle. Tell you what. You know, it's like my old man used to do with cycle proficiency, right? Right, listen up. You used to put the cones tighter together that you had to cycle round, so when you took your test and they were wider apart, it was a doddle. Same with your flat. When you've got all the room in the world in tournament, you're going to be brilliant. So actually, it's good for your training to be where you are. Eh?
The only thing is, it's just so limited, the space. As you can see, it's just, I can manoeuvre around so much, you know.
Okay, I can look into it. I can look for you. You know.
Easy.
Let me have a think.
I'll catch you later, all right? And remember, please just get that get that flat for me. So yeah, I'm having my first ever proper game in a basement. Don't really know what to say. It's just a bit of a, yeah, it's cold and it's dingy, and I'm sure it is a tactic, choosing this location. It sounds like he knows exactly what this spot is, and I'm sure, you know, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this qualification match for the finals of the Miniature Snooker World Championships. Best of 5. Let's go. Nadra to break. He's set up nicely for the pink. Nadra takes the lead. Snookerman to break. Red goes down. He makes it look so easy. Nadra doesn't like that. Nice rollback off the blue. Snookerman pulls it back. 1-all. Pots it. Pink-tastic. Black attack. Snookerman takes advantage and can see blood in the water. Just this black to win. He does! He does it! Snookerman has signed himself off to the finals.
Over the moon, really. This is a perfect start.
Sure, yeah, he could go all the way, I bet. He's a real talent. We'll, yeah, good luck. Yeah.
We caught up with Snookerman 3 months before the finals. Unfortunately, he's received some bad news. This is what happened.
I'm not gonna lie, gutted. Yeah, I feel gutted, and I was really getting into it, and yeah, really excited, and yeah, you know, it all seemed to be going well, and then yeah, they had to bring this thing back up.
Hello. As the leading representative and the #1 ranked miniature snooker player in the world, I regret to inform you all today of a bigoted integration from one of my fellow players.
It's just a tweet. It was just a silly tweet, but you know, it's Twitter for you. And I mean, bloody hell, it's 12 years ago, 2009.
On the 5th of June 2009, Johnny Bonar, also known as Snooker Man, tweeted the following, and I quote, "Dolphins are just gay sharks."
Yeah, I've always had this thing about dolphins looking like gay sharks, that's all.
I apologize for the homophobic rant from my fellow professional. This act will not go unpunished. The Federation of Miniature Snooker have therefore annulled the qualification of Snooker Man in the championships and will be replaced in the competition for my good friend, the ambassador. That is all.
Why has he got to dig up this bloody tweet from years ago? You know, this guy, seriously, like, what a prick. You know, you think you're all that, but you're not. You're not. You're just a prick. Giving it large. Wanker. I just feel like, you know, this world can be so hard sometimes, and you just want to do something, you know, just want to do something, and then you get some someone like Wolfgang come around the corner and, you know, there's always someone or something that gets in the way, right? And I was enjoying this and I was working hard at it, and I like to think I like to put on a good show. Sorry.
Should we start?
I don't know, yeah, maybe.
As your future world champion, I am getting sick and tired of the internet suggestion that I got Snookerman suspended because I am scared to face him in a game of miniature snooker. This is complete bullshit. I have no time for this shit, man. This is all I have to say on the matter. Snookerman is a jackass and deserves everything that has happened to him. He's nothing but a stupid fool and a depressing waste of time. Good night.
So, welcome to my new abode, and yes, it's about time I had an upgrade from Barry, really. So Barry owns this place. He's essentially my landlord. So he's my boss and he's my landlord. So the pressure's on a bit. Yeah, there was this one particular photo. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, it's a Photoshop image. They kind of copy pasted my face and they put it into a picture where you got like the sea, and then you got this dolphin, and then you got me, and the dolphin's actually raping me. The dolphin's really giving it to me, man. Treasure Island was good. It was good to be part of the Long John Silver's entourage.
They be a noisy bunch of lovers and swabs, though, Captain.
My name is Blood Boiler.
Oh yeah, and why do they call you that?
Because when I get angry, I go bonkers. And when I get bonkers, well, my blood boils. And then when my blood boils, well, I get a little bit overheated and say things that I later regret.
I could do with the money right now. And yeah, like I had 3 callbacks for that. It's for the Quavers. There's a new Quavers advert and a bit of a wacky one. Yeah. It's like the character, I was going to be the main character, the Quaver connoisseur. And they just said to me, well, that you step into the camera, and they dressed me up as a giant block of cheese, and I just had to say the one line, I'm the Quaver connoisseur. It went a bit more like, I am the Quaver connoisseur. But they went with someone else. Yeah, they just went with someone who apparently just had a bit more of a French look. Yeah, I did say like, well, what is there anything I can do to make myself look more French? But I did sort of send them a photo with a sort of curly moustache. Maybe they just didn't get it. Yeah, maybe they just, they're busy, aren't they? Love the character of Rodney Trotter, classic, one of my favourites. It's just the national gem, isn't it? Only Fools. And so I saw this ad and I thought, brilliant, because again, a couple of people told me that I looked kind of like I remind them of Rodney. So not just that, I think I have got that kind of quirkiness, I guess. So yeah, I emailed them over and said, hey, yeah, I was so excited, and I was right. I was there like the next day, and in for an audition. There was a lot of people, and I could not believe it. I could not believe it when they actually called me back, and they said, okay, we actually got to workshop a couple of things, and we did.
I'm gonna kill you. You set her up to going out with me. You paid her?
Trig, why do you call me Dave? My name's not Dave. My name's Rodney. It is definitely Rodney. And the reason they call me Rodney is because Rodney is my name. We'd done the scenes and they were going well, and then, for some reason, they gave me a call like a week ago just to say, I'm sorry, Johnny, but we can't use you. I said, really? Wow, okay. And they said, yeah, there's the other guy, he's just that bit taller than you. And I said, well, how about I wear platform shoes? They said no. Oh, just gutted.
The 147 break is a perfect score in snooker, achieved within a single visit to the table. There's a thriving speedrunning community within miniature snooker, with people recording themselves on camera performing their fastest 147 break and submitting these runs to an online leaderboard. The ambassador has not only used his influence as sponsor to appropriate himself Snookerman's former spot in the tournament finals, but he's also lobbied the organisers to reserve a wildcard place for whoever holds the current 147 break record as his opponent in the quarterfinals, under the pretense it'll make the competition more exciting. By anticipating this inevitable loophole, the ambassador has taken the 147 break record for himself, so will bypass straight to the semi-finals as things stand. With his ban from miniature snooker ending, this loophole also gives Snookerman his only chance to get back in. Whoever records themselves performing the fastest 147 break before midnight of the competition gets an automatic placement. The game is on. Yeah, got my table back up and running, and I'm putting in some hours. I'm shooting some good shots. I'm quite excited about this.
So basically, I started this whole idea. It's very simple, I was quick, I'm clever. The ambassador coin. It's simple. Once I take your money, I can show you things. I can give you a lot more back. Some of my clients are incredible, You should see them all over the place. They're everywhere. I mean, you won't be able to find them, but they are everywhere. It's like a game of snooker, You sit there, you plan your moves. It's on a miniature table. The world is miniature like a bank, right? So all I thought was, take the same elements, bash them all together. And that's why I'm here. That's why I sponsored this thing in the first place.
And so that's pretty much what we have to do. We got to beat his record.
The guy's a fool. The Snooker Man. What a stupid name anyway. It's so obvious, isn't it? Snooker Man. What we playing? Snooker, or we playing business? That's all I'm saying.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smash the title away from you. Like you're not going to know what's going to hit you. Yeah, it's going to be like a bit humiliating. Without me literally pulling your trousers down, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
If I get that 147 break, right, I'll get 2 spots. I won't have to play anyone after this. I'll be straight to the semi-finals. So all you're saying is, you're not going to get me. I'm untouchable.
The first ever record of the 147 break was set by Colin in 2017, which was smashed by Twitch streamer Queenie 2 years later, breaking the sub-5-minute barrier. With less than a month before midnight of the finals, Ambassador set a time of 4 minutes 42. Yes. New to the speedrunning scene, Snookerman stole the record the following week.
Wolfgang, you are going down prickface. You and the Ambassador.
Setting up a back and forward rivalry between the two. With only hours to go before the deadline, Snookerman got this run.
This has all been worth it. So please, please join me for the finals. This will be televised and I'm going to win it. I'll see you then.
Hello, my fans. So what you don't realise now is I've had the record for a while, okay? I've been sitting on this.
With minutes to go before midnight, Ambassador uploaded a video he recorded over a week earlier.
As you can see, I did it in the time scale. And yeah, I've been holding the footage, waiting out Mr. Snooker Man, so you won't have time to get yours in. That puts me in the spot where I want to be in the finals. And you're not going to be able to compete with me. That makes me the Snooker Man.
Welcome to the grand finals of the World Championships of Miniature Snooker 2022. We're here, guys. A non-stop thrill ride of ball-potting action for you all to enjoy. A huge controversy has held its cloud over the competition this year, as the Ambassador has not only paid his way into the competition through sponsoring the tournament, but he has also had the 1-4-7 break record, taking up 2 spots for himself in the finals. Effectively, he now has a buy-in past the quarterfinal stage, as he can't play against himself. All he has to do is show up to take the W. Here he comes. This is completely unprecedented, folks. The crowd here at the Snooker Zone are letting him know what they really think of him.
What are you on about? You haven't got at me for, yeah? You know I've got the 1-4-7 lockdown. Yeah? I don't even need to be here today. Listen to me. I don't need to be here today. But you know I'm sailing through this. Sailing!
What's Snooker Man doing here? He's not meant to be here. Wait, what's that I'm hearing in my earpiece? Snooker Man's what? Ladies and gentlemen, last minute rule change. I'm getting told by the organizers that they've decided to let Snooker Man compete as the second placed 1-4-7 break record holder. It's on, guys. We have a match on our hands. Let's quickly check on the tournament quarterfinal brackets. Wolfgang, the world's #1 ranked player, faces off against Heatseeker. Fishfingers has his work cut out against Colin. Big Boy versus Queenie looks tasty. But let's head straight to Ambassador versus Snooker Man. Sponsor versus Wildcard. Best of 3. Let's go. Ambassador, playing games with the referee as we kick things off. He breaks, he gets the pot. Racking up a nice break in the first frame. I do not believe he wanted to do that. Snooker Man is up. Snooker Man is feeling the nerves too. What a miss. A very cagey start to the game. Who can blame them? Lots on stake here. Ambassador to win the first frame. 1-0 to Ambassador. Don't worry, Maggie. It's all still to play for. Snooker Man to break. Let's see how he does. That's a very unsporting gesture from Ambassador. 7 points with that pot of the black. Right back at him. Let's see how he likes it. Oh no, he should have been more focused on his game. Ambassador looking for the double on the black to take the second frame. Whoa, he's left an easy pot on for Snookerman. 1-all, final frame. Whoever wins this frame passes through to the semifinals. He can get his own chalk this time. He's clearing up. What's Ambassador trying here? No time for trick shots in a game this important. Snookerman's back on the table. Let's see what he's made of. Nice. Boom! Snookerman wins the match. Smashed it. He's punched his ticket into the next round. He's becoming a real fan favorite with the crowd. We didn't even expect to see a match here. What a turn up for the books. You couldn't write it.
I smashed it. I smashed it. You saw the way the game flowed. You know what I mean? His true colours came out. The way he got up and stormed out, that is the true ambassador. He's an idiot. He's gone. He's gone.
Let's look at the story so far, guys. Wolfgang steamrolled past Heatseeker and faces Colin in the semi-final. And Snookerman meets Queenie, a hot favorite in this tournament. Will we see the rivalry between Snookerman and Wolfgang end in the final? I can't wait.
My name is Queenie, and I am the champion of Hong Kong of mini snooker. Picked up my first cue when I was 3 years old, playing a regular snooker, but I really fell in love with mini snooker. It's just, there's a skill involved in miniature snooker because of the space, or the lack of space. And since then, I play snooker every single day. It's my life. I live for it. And I've been training for this ever since I was literally 3 years old. So yes, of course I'm going to win today. But I live for it.
Man, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing. I can't stop buzzing. I'm just so happy. I can't say enough, but all the work, all this, mate, it was draining, you know. I couldn't sleep a lot of the nights, and I'm here to win. I'm not messing about. I'm here to take it. I'm here to take the final. So just 2 more steps. I've got the semis next.
So I'm aware that there's a new boy in town called Snookerman, and no one's heard about him in Hong Kong before, so I don't really know what he's doing here, if he's only been playing for, I don't know, like, how long has he been here for? Like 2 months, and I've been here for at least 5 years. I mean, I guess he's good if he's here, if he's coming in, but he can't be experienced, man. Yeah, I look forward to meeting him, I guess.
But hey, you know, I'm all here for a friendly, decent game here, you know what I mean? This is what we're here. We're here to play some good snooker. So bring it on. I'm just looking forward to it. May the best man win.
Welcome back, sports fans, to the semi-finals of the World Championships of Miniature Snooker. Let's see how the new fan favorite, Snookerman, did up against the master of the game, Queenie. We have highlights from all the action coming right up. In this best of 5, Queenie, looking too cool for school, secured the first frame, but Snookerman made his way back, winning the next 3. Let's hear from the loser.
Yeah, well done, Snookerman. I think it was a fluke. It's fine. Done.
Colin was also no match for Wolfgang in the semifinals. Wolfgang versus Snookerman is our grand final. There's something we also need to show you guys. Before Wolfgang walked out for his entrance today, look who came out with him. Barry Keane, a once trusted business associate of Snookerman. Some would say a close friend. was seen walking out with his arch rival in his win today. What is Barry doing managing Wolfgang? What does this betrayal mean? How could he?
Wolfgang? Well, Wolfgang is, he's a man of the people. He understands the media. He knows what to say and what not to say, so I'd rather go with someone like that.
But my dad, I don't know what he's playing at. Do you know what? That slug guy's gonna get his little slug knocked right off. And he even dresses like a waiter. Look at his waistcoat. I mean, geez, he looks like he should be more serving cheap plonk or something in Costa del Sol.
Snookerman, I hope you're doing well. Looks like Barry has decided to manage a winner for a change. You may call him a sellout, but he's just buying it. It is now my time to take what I am entitled to become the world champion of miniature snooker.
So Barry leaving me to go with Mickey Mouse Gang, Wolfgang, I think he's having a bit of a midlife crisis. I think he's a bit lost. I think he's actually going a little bit doolally, you know?
I don't really want to say anything to Johnny Bonner. Nothing at all. He's nothing to do with me anymore. And I don't want anything to do with him, so, Johnny, good luck but goodbye.
Hi Johnny, if you're watching this, I hope we're friends still, because do you know what? It's just horrible without you, and just so you know, whatever happens, I wanted you to win. In fact, I'm just praying for you to win tonight. I just want you to go and smash it. Whatever happens between us, part of me just thinks that it's just sad. Even if we've lost our friendship, I hope you go and win that match, all right? Smash that guy. Go and smash them all, Johnny. You're the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. Right here, right now, in that room, in that hall, you're gonna see me kick Wolfgang's ass.
Snookerman, I hope you're watching this. Look into my eyes. Look at me in the eye.
Are you listening to me, Wolfgang? In that hall, I'm gonna ruin you. I'm gonna ruin you. I'm gonna expose you for the absolute Mickey Mouse that you are, the absolute pussy cat. You've given it all large.
I am going to kill you out there.
It's nothing. I know. It's all a front. I know that you are just one big fat loser. So get your ass back to Loserville.
You look like Rooney O'Sullivan after a crystal meth addiction.
You need to switch up this snooker game, because it ain't working no more, because I'm here.
You have the acting ability of an amateur porn star. The snooker playing ability of the disabled.
I'm here and I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to punish you so bad, so bad.
I am going to wipe the floor with you in the finals.
Take yourself and the Mickey Mouse Gang. Just pack up and leave. Get the hell out of here.
You will suffer. You will suffer.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Get your stuff and get out of here. Because I'm gonna ruin you. I'm gonna ruin you, mate.
Fuck you, Snookerman. It shouldn't die.
It's the moment you've all been salivating for. The grand final of the World Championships of Miniature Snooker. Winner takes all, the battle of the ages. Defending champion Wolfgang takes on a new upstart in this industry, Snookerman. Let's look at the tale of the tape. Wolfgang far outclasses Snookerman in every department, but I wouldn't rule him out. Snookerman has overcome every obstacle Wolfgang has thrown his way. Is this going to be the greatest upset of all time? Let's go! A somber walk-in from Snookerman. He's taking this moment in. He's come so far. Here he comes, the reigning, defending champion with his manager. The crowd has a very clear favorite.
The Wolfman! Show some respect.
I don't know about everyone at home, but the hairs on my neck are standing up. This spooky, ominous mask being brought out by Barry there. Double pot from Snookerman on the break. What a miss. Wolfgang takes advantage. Really taking his time around the table here. Wolfgang lines up his shot. Wolfgang takes the lead in the grand final. God only knows what's going through the mind of Snookerman now. Can he compose himself? Bang, plonk, poof, splashdown, bazinga! Snookerman has pulled it back, and Wolfgang isn't liking that one bit. The contrast in reaction from the Keen family tells you everything you need to know. Wolfgang restores his lead. A double thumbs up from Barry to his client. 2-1. Here we go. Snookerman matches his nemesis. 2-all. Oh my god, guys. They're both neck and neck on 3 apiece. It's come down to the final frame. My heart is in my mouth. They think it's all over. Wolfgang's on championship point. He's surely won this. She can't watch, nor can I. He's taken it! Wolfgang is your world champion! What a tournament! Commiserations to Snookerman. He put up a great fight and should be proud. Wait, what is the referee taking an interest in? He's seen something? Yes?
There's been a foul.
Wait.
Got to check that.
What do you mean?
It's not over yet. The ref is calling for VAR. The video assistant referee has pulled this up. He double tapped the white. That's a foul. Snookerman has a chance to win.
Yes! Yes!
The black will be respotted. If he can pot this, he's won. This is the biggest moment of his life. Do or die, Snookerman. You can do it. We all believe in you. Yes, he's done it. Well done, champ. You deserve it. Why is Wolfgang harassing the referee? He lost fair and square. What chaos. And now he's grabbing his manager.
Do something. You're my bloody manager.
Hey.
Do something.
Hey!
Go.
Please go.
You okay?
Pow!
Okay.
A punch to the face. He really deserved that. And this love story comes to an end. I think Snookerman needs to work on his kissing action. They look like a couple of wet kippers. As the trophy gets presented to the champ, I want to thank you all for being a part of this broadcast.
Yes!
I hope you all join us again next year. Have a great evening, all. Well done, Snooker Man.
I got a dream to be a millionaire before I wake up in the morning with a horse's head. Hey, down, let's get out. I'm sick and tired of sitting in this three-wheel yellow van around town. Here I am in a flat with my granddad. Applied for my own job after reading Dell's ad. I'm no bronca, I'm no git. A millionaire, yeah, I predict. Hey Cassandra, I'm in love. I really didn't write my name on my coat. I promise you I'm not 14. Hey, please don't laugh, don't be mean. I just wanna be a Parmesan. Time for me to get myself a brand new car. I just don't wanna be a Parmesan. Time for me to make another piece of art. I found a watch missing for 300 years. A watch that tells you where you are anywhere in the world. We'll get it auctioned. Who knows, maybe we can sell it for 10, 15, 20 grand. I just don't wanna be a Parmesan. Time for me to get the boy a brand new car. I just don't wanna be a Parmesan. Time for me to make another cornflakes art.
He's a snooker man, the game has begun. One winner and he will be here. He's a snooker man and nobody can destroy the empire he's built. The snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man. Great player and a great lover. There is nothing he does wrong. He does it all like no other. He's taking over the world. The ladies want him. The gentlemen want to be him. He's a snooker man, the game has begun. One winner and he will be here. He's a snooker man and nobody can destroy the empire he's built. The snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man, the snooker man. You won't see his next move coming. In a second, only a black ball left, and all of his lovers keep coming back 'cause his name they can't forget. He's a snooker